You want to know the 5 reasons why biking is best for weight loss? Well, right on. Hello, my YouTube subscribers. I hope everything is all good on your side there. As for me, I just came up from a cold, from a flu, but as they say, the show must go on, right? So, on this episode, we're gonna do the 5 reasons why I think, on my personal opinion, biking or cycling is best for weight loss. Okay, so before we start, again, if you're first time on my channel, my name is Hector John Tejado, aka Mr. Bike to Fitness, right? So if you are new to this channel, I would like you to here click on the subscribe button and also the little bell, the notification button, so that every time I do a new video you will be notified. Okay, so without much further ado, let's go to reason number 1. So reason number 1 why I think biking, cycling is good for is best for weight loss, because it is a low impact exercise. So what do you mean by that? So remember, jogging or running is really the best way to burn calories, right? This is the fastest way to burn calories. So you can see the runners who are really, their body is very fit, right? So but if you are on the, what they call that, overweight, just like me, right? So we need to think about doing that before going to running or jogging, right? So why? Because it is a high impact exercise, right? So every time you do your step, so the vibration, especially if you are overweight, will go up to your feet, your ankles, your knees, your calves, your hamstrings, and all of that, right? So if you are overweight right now, I would suggest that you do biking first, because biking is a low impact exercise, and which, if you do it, especially now that there are what they call full suspension bikes, the all of the vibrations are dampened and absorbed by the shocks at the front and on the rear, right? So after, if you are fit already, then I suggest you can do your running if you love it, or you can do your jogging. So that is, for me, the number 1 reason why biking is good for weight loss. Okay, so before we go to reason number 2, take a look at this first. Number 2. Okay, so the number 2 reason why, for me, biking or cycling is best for weight loss is, um, it is it burns calories, at the same time it builds muscles. So that's my number 2 reason. So remember, biking, as we said, burns calories, right? So in on average, it's like 300 to 1000 calories per hour when you do biking or cycling, depending on the rider's weight and the intensity that you are doing the exercise, right? So there's what we call the HIIT exercises, which you can do on your bike, which is very effective for weight loss. So I will touch and I will discuss the topic of high intensity interval training, the HIIT, on next episode, I think. Okay, so biking burns calories, And the good thing about this is it not only burns calories, but at the same time it builds our muscles, right? So why? Because biking is a kind of a resistance training, right? So when you do your pedaling, especially when you go on a happy uphill or you're doing your interval training, so you're building muscles, right? So the more muscles we have, the leaner we are, and the more calories we burn. So when you do your what they call this resistance training on a bike, it develops your muscles. So basically, you hit two birds in one stone. So you burn muscles, and at the same time, you burn calories, and at the same time, you develop your muscles. So that's the number two reason for me. So before we go to number three, watch this first. Number three. Okay. So number three reason is biking, cycling is a great stress reliever or reducer, right? So in our life today, we know stress is really a big part, which leads to a sedentary lifestyle, which again leads to weight gain. So you do nothing, you almost do nothing, right? And also stress can increase our risk of so many diseases, including high triglycerides, high blood pressure, some heart diseases, anxiety, and many more, right? So when you do biking or cycling, it's really a great stress reliever. Just ask someone who rides a bike, and he will tell you just by riding alone your bike, you will forget what you're thinking, what you're thinking of your problems. You will forget it, and at the same time, by just riding a bike, it will get you fit also, right? So when you do that, it will reduce stress, and at the same time, it will keep you active. So that's my number three reason why biking is a great for weight loss. Number four. Four. Okay. So this is a good one. So for the number four reason for me that biking or cycling is best, is good for weight loss, is it's not an exercise, right? So what do you mean by not an exercise? Okay. So you don't need to go to a gym to do it. You don't need to pay a membership fee. You don't need to do sets and repetitions. So by the way, there's nothing wrong if you go to a gym, right? I went there also, right? So there's nothing wrong. But what I mean by that is people don't push through with their plans of the doing an exercise because it's not fun for them, and at the same time they are bored. They do it because they know they they need to do it. So if you know what I mean, right? So they just do it because of the fact that they need to do it, right? But the bottom line, they don't enjoy it and don't have they're bored. So as you can see, many of us like this January 1 made promise to ourselves to get fit, right? To go to a gym, right? So I don't know if you still go there right now, right? So that's it. So while when you do your when you ride bikes or cycling, well, it's not an exercise because it's really you don't need to do it with the group. You can do it by yourself, and at the same time when you do biking, it's all the fun stuff that you have. It's like um, freedom. You enjoy so many cool places to go. You're like a kid again. You do some races, competitive races with your friends. You do some endurance, what they call this, the century mile endurance test, right? There's so many fun stuff. You meet new friends, right? So that's it. So as someone who rides a bike, and he will tell you that uh, it's like part of their daily routine to do biking. In fact, I have friends here on our group that even if it's too much cold, they do love to ride on the snow, right? So that's the number four reason why for me biking, cycling is good for weight loss, because you do it not because you should do it, you do it because you love the sport. Okay. Number five. Okay, so number five reason. So biking, cycling is a social sport. So what do you mean by that? So by that you meet new friends. When you meet new friends, you go to new places you've never been to. Okay, so you develop new skills. You learn more things about yourself, about your endurance, about your fitness level, right? So because you will meet different kinds of people in their fitness level. Some are very fit, some are not. So you will know, and they will share their tips with you also, right? So it is a social sport, and by that, when you join a group, for sure you will ride bikes so very often, because they have like daily, weekly group rides where you can join. So if you cannot join the daily, for sure you can join the weekly group rides, and in between those days, um, if you know your fitness level, you will learn to improve yourself by biking or cycling more often, so that you can go to places that you've never been to, because your endurance has improved. So you will never know, by just riding and just joining these group rides, you will improve your fitness, and at the same time you will shed so many unwanted fats. So that's the fifth reason why I think biking or cycling is good for weight loss. So before I end, again, I would like to request from you to just click or here click the subscribe button and that little bell, so that every time I'm going to do a video, you will be notified. And starting this episode, my number 2 videos, I'm gonna produce like two times a week, so Sunday and Thursday. So see you again, my subscribers. Thank you very much. Bye.